Hello everyone, and it's the Historical Gamer once again, returning to Ultimate General Civil War. This is part 4 of our Let's Play, playing as the Confederacy in the Grand Campaign. We've recently won a victory as the Union in Ultimate General Civil War, and we're now playing the Confederacy. We're at the Battle of Bull Run. We're about halfway through the fight, maybe a little bit more. We successfully held Matthews Hill and then fell back as ordered to Henry Hill. We also fell back from the stone bridge here in the northeast portion of the map here, based on what you're looking at right now, and we're now awaiting the Union assault on a position that we've built that is very similar to a fishhook almost, with sort of treed or forested, a forested triangle almost, both on the right and sort of the center and then the left. We've got some strong positions all along the line. We're waiting for reinforcements, which should be here in about 30 game minutes, so not very long, at which point we will begin our counterattack. The enemy hasn't really pressed us very hard on this hill, so far, even though we've fallen back, it's been a relatively easy defense thus far, so hopefully our counterattack is almost ready. With that being said, guys, this was taken from a live stream from just a few days ago. I mentioned in my last video that I'm going to start mixing in some more detailed historical commentary, not necessarily today or even in the next 2 or 3 days, but within the next week I'm hoping to have a little bit more production value, a little bit more historical insight as we get a little bit further into the campaign. With that being said, guys, I hope you're enjoying this series. Let me know your thoughts below, and I'll meet you guys back up at the end. With that being said, sit back and enjoy this, or what was the stream, and we'll meet back up. Keep their troops, but we can keep their weapons if they leave them on the field because they die. All right. Franklin's maneuvering. Porter's gonna threaten the 27th flank. You can see here on the right, the enemy's kind of probing, but not really making a serious effort. We have to counterattack after this, don't we? All right. Oh no! Colonel Cummings is killed. The bulk of our force actually isn't even engaged right now. We've just got a couple of regiments that are up, kind of punching above their weight. Alright, you're gonna pull back at the double. Get out of range before they can hit ya. You two, run! Pull back! Lovely, Rayard. Alright, so... Alright, well, we're kind of just in defensive mode at this point. Just waiting for our reinforcements for the counterattack. Go ahead and put Stuart here. We'll speed time up a bit. Stuart will take post in that observation post. We'll have him dismount and use his weapons if he must. Enemy's moving Ricketts Battery over here to the flank. Counterattack! General, the Union is severely weakened, and now we can counterattack with our fresh reinforcements that will arrive shortly. Concentrate the attack on their right flank and drive them back to Washington. General Jackson held like a stone wall. Now General Johnston is on to the rescue. Move up and attack. All right. Silly cavalry. Tricks are for kids. Alright. Reinforcements are on the way. 2.5 hours to counterattack? Is that really necessary? We're gonna march into their flank. Yeah, I think so far, to this point, I've used my core troops well. I haven't taken excessive casualties to this point. You know, obviously I could screw up and that could change. But to this point, I think things have been going reasonably well. Smith's brigade's going to come up here on the double. I'm not really waiting for everybody to get into position. We'll go ahead and have Bonham move north. He's going to run up here. Into the enemy's rear. Porter and Howard are charging. Okay. Franklin is running. Mount up. Keep driving forward, boys. All right. Holmes, Bonham. Enemy artillery is routed. Smith, your flank is way exposed. Okay, they're running. Sort of. All right. Join the counteroffensive, boys. Oh, Johnson, just typical you, sitting back, just chilling, having a beer. They're running, Stuart. Charge into them. Alright, press home the attack, boys. Press it home. Just kind of slowly advancing all along the line. Oh God, Stuart's gonna... Colonel Stuart's wounded! He's gonna be dead soon. Wilcox is showing us his flank. Which... God, weapons suck. Do better with that. Alright, so they drove B out of his defense position. We'll move the Virginia Brigade in there. Meanwhile, our core units, Hexamer and Siegfried, have lost reasonable losses, but nothing too big. Crocker hasn't lost much either. He's lost even less. So our core troops are doing alright here. We're not really... Whoa. Don't get too overly aggressive here. Our core troops are doing okay. Nothing I mean, our attack here on the left is slowly pushing them back. Not quite as dramatically as maybe we would like, but I think we're doing okay. Stuart hasn't surrendered yet, which is kind of surprising. Your point blank range, you've got double their numbers. Just throw a volley into them. They're going to be toasted. Yeah. Yeah! Look at that number just drop. Give him the cold steel. All right. Wilcox has got to be near surrender. He's lost like 2,000 men in the space of like a minute. All right, keep on pushing here on the right. The enemy is still kind of trying to attack anyway. 300 casualties for Hexmer. He's the worst off. Siegfried's lost 80 men. Crocker's lost 100. And I think those are our only 3. How are these guys flanked? Wow, almost 1,000 casualties inflicted by this brigade without even 100, not even 50 casualties. All right, finish this brigade off with another volley. You're telling me these guys aren't surrendering? There they go. Okay, they're dead. Not surrendering, but they're dead. Again, where are they flanked from? Stuart routed from the map. Okay. Franklin's routing. Driven back. Porter's routing. They're all running. All right. So Sherman's hanging tough here. Kind of the hinge of our attack is a little bit vulnerable right now. We're actually driving the enemy onto higher ground, better defensive ground back by these farms. Kind of got Franklin stuck in a bit of a vice here on their left, but again, the center of our hinge is in a little bit of trouble. Go ahead and send B that way. Again, these troops don't really matter from our grand campaign perspective. You can see there Franklin is melting. He's melting! Expect 1 or 2 more volleys from probably by the time both Smith and Koch fire off their volleys, this brigade's going to be gone. Really, they're hanging in there. All right, well. All right, drive back, take Griffin's battery. All right, Franklin's gone. Get rid of this battery of artillery over here. Glitched the creek. I don't know if we glitched it or, you know, when you get the enemy stuck in certain situations, they have difficulty retreating. I don't know if it's a glitch or if it's just kind of modeling something. I'm not really sure. Alright. That artillery. Get you into the woods. We can sweep them. All right. Down go the Federals. Down, down, down. All right. So I don't have a lot to say at this point. We've just kind of driven them back. We're inflicting as many casualties as we can in the effort of racking up the number of captured weaponry. And, yeah, Burnside's brigade's hanging out there, just, you know, just chilling. Porter's brigade's trying to rally here, it looks like. but we've got 5 times his number heading his way. The Virginia Brigade got a little bit over aggressive, exposed its flank. Burnside's retreating. Trying to destroy Griffin's battery. I'm inflicting quite a few casualties, but he's still pulling out. Okay. Burnside's routing. How are they both blocked? Alright, destroy it, destroy it, destroy it. Yeah, there you go, that artillery. They're abandoning the guns, sir. Alright. So, we are driving them splendidly, I would say. I'm not doing anything with my right flank intentionally. This is where the majority of my core units are, the carryover units that we have, and I'd rather not lose casualties from them if not necessary. Hampton's Legion is not, however. These 3 brigades are. Okay, we'll bring Ewell up on the double. Order theirs. Got a little bit of cover here in these fields. Keep pressing forward here. Maybe we can go steal some more guns. Alright, Porter's Brigade is melting. Huzzah! Man, this just becomes an exercise in the game's not charging, the game's sort of retreat mechanics for the enemy. Okay. Alright, Porter's retreating. Should get one more volley in by Cocky. He's lucky he was engaged in a field, or he'd be completely dead at this point. Unless Smith can finish him off here. Nope. No such luck. Alright. "13 minutes, General. Very good performance thus far, very good. A triumph of Confederate arms, for sure." Alright, Porter's Brigade's dead. So we can return these guys to the flanking maneuver. They refused their line almost by the way they retreated. Second New York. Don't think we'll get up to the artillery up there. Couple more volleys, couple more guns captured. There you go. More enemies in retreat. All right, 1 minute left, and that should be the battle, right? Waiting. Finished. Victory! T.H. Butcher butchered the enemy. 24,000 enemy troops, 15,000 of those became casualties. Huge discrepancy there. Triple the number of Confederate casualties. We lost 4,800 men out of 2,300. Within our units, we didn't lose much at all. The leading brigade was Cox's Brigade there, 1,800 men, lost 200. A really good kill-to-death ratio there of almost 9-1. Smith's Brigade had better than 6-1. Oh, actually better than 7-1 there. B's Brigade, not quite 2-1. And Bartow a little bit better than 2-1. So only Porter's Brigade in the Confederate or in the Union Army was in the top 5 of units, and they lost double what they gave. So a tough fight there. You can see here several promotions for various officers. Only one officer was killed. That was Arthur Cummings, Colonel, commander of the Stonewall Brigade. Not even one of our core units. In terms of weaponry, we rescued 2,300 of our own 1842s, which is about half of our casualties. You can see a little bit less than half our casualties. I think more than the total number of men we lost, so that's good. We also captured 3,500 of them, which will be free weapons to build new troops. Captured some Colt 1855s and some Sharps as well, and 6 12-pound howitzers. That'll be a nice backbone to a brand new artillery battery right there, as well as rescuing 3 6-pound field guns, which I don't know if we lost any of our own or not within our particular units. Probably lost a few. Okay, there we go. That's a victory at the Battle of Bull Run. We attained the War Service Medal, and we gain 11,000 reinforcements. We get Thomas Jackson as a commander that we can use. We automatically gain 1 Army Corps organization, or +1 Corps Army organization. Did it jump us to 3? Let me double check. So, no, it didn't. I don't quite understand what that means then. Oh, we just get a free Corps, I guess? No, we already... I don't know. That's weird. Anyway, so you can see here Siegfried's Brigade even only lost 82 men. So again, the price of using rookies when you're only replacing 82 casualties is negligible. Crocker's Brigade, only has 113 to replace. Again, really negligible losses in terms of experience or efficiency when you're replacing such a small number of men. Hexamer's lost a little bit worse, 307 men. But even here, you can see our rookie reinforcements are much better. I'm used to having Yankee troops that are, just a nightmare to try and re-equip. These guys are doing all right for themselves. I'm really surprised we can have a 1,500-man brigade without a penalty with a major. We'll go ahead and bring this guy back up. Well, actually, we can expand his brigade to 14 guns. It was 12 at the last battle. We are getting a little bit of a penalty in efficiency because we got a major commanding. I'm just hoping he gets promoted in the next battle. We'll go ahead and use those 3 field guns that we have in inventory to build this battery up to 14 guns. So that would be nice. We've got $200,000 to spend, and we've got 12,000 reinforcements that we can bring in. Those are going to be important because we're now moving on from the Bull Run campaign to the Shiloh campaign. We do have 2 battles, Ambush a Convoy and Stay Alert, both which will occur before the Battle of Shiloh. But nonetheless, we need to build that troop, that force up, because if we go to the Battle of Shiloh, we get some troops. We're starting into the period of time where the troops in all of these battles are going to increasingly be relying on our own forces rather than forces that were given. Early battles, you get forces given to you because your army's too small to really be effective. But as you go further and further into the war, the forces increasingly become just your own. Now, Shiloh, we start with 24,000 of our own troops, so that does help, but we will need about 40,000 troops of our own, or 20,000 troops of our own, to equal the Confederate numbers there. I think the challenge is going to be artillery, and thankfully the game gives us a plentiful supply of artillery from those units that are gifted to us for that battle. But right now, we've only got 4,500 infantry, so we'll have about 16,000 at least, I think, by the time we get to the Battle of Shiloh. We've got 2 secondary battles we can use as well. Now, we've got 2 more career points that we can use. I'm going to keep up on the gold and recruits attacked. So we're going to keep pouring in forces there. I'm wondering here, what does the next army org give us? It gives us 15, gives us 3 divisions per corps rather than 2. Still 4 brigades per division, but it gives us an extra division per corps. I think we need that. So army organization there is going to be important, but we are also going to go ahead and use the other one on politics to continue getting better recruits and gold and all of that. So I'm going to try as quickly as I can to maximize politics, but I do think army organization is important, especially early on, to be able to build a competent force. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll apply those, and you'll see here we've won 3 battles. We've got 42 reputation. That reputation is steadily going up. You can see here our fame is growing, and the soldiers fighting under your command have an increased morale of a morale boost of 1. The government is very supportive to us, so that means we can start using reputation to buy things. We could get 8 Napoleon artillery pieces, which would be useful. We could get Richard Ewell, Jubal Early, Jeb Stuart, a trio of historical officers who would be very useful as we build out our forces. We could get some M&J. We could get 2,000 weapons, 2,000 Lorenzes. You know, we can get 2,000 extra infantry, depending on how we want to spend that reputation, if we want to spend that reputation at this point in time. Actually, we can only have 1 corps in the next battle, or in the Battle of Shiloh as well, so there's no point in building that 2nd corps out just quite yet. But fortunately, did that army org not actually... Oh no, yeah, it just gave us the extra division. The next one up will allow us to build 2,000-man brigades, but for now, 1,500 men will have to do. I've got captured artillery, I think, for a 2nd division, so maybe we go ahead and do that right now. We've got PG-2 Beauregard. He can be the commander of the new division. He's a brigadier general, so that'll be effective. And then we got, actually, let's make Jackson commander of our 1st division, because he's another brigadier general. We're going to put a slightly better ranked officer in command there. And we're going to go ahead and build 3 new infantry brigades. We're going to equip them with 1842s, because that's what we've got a lot of in stock. And we'll make them 1,500-man brigades. Preston, commander, as a colonel, will be commanding the 1st of these. And we'll go ahead and order another one. We've got Joseph Butler. He's a major, which I believe should be fine. We've got another 1,500 men we're going to build out here. A slight cost. I'm not sure if that's for him, or if he's... Yeah, I guess we don't have any officers in the wings, if you will. So we're going with a major here. Actually, this one costs 1,200. But there's no penalty or efficiency penalty at this point in time. So using these young officers and kind of grooming them to be effective brigadier generals hopefully is a good strategy. I guess we'll find out. And then we'll go ahead and do this. Nah, Bully, I think the price is fair for this game. I've put over 100 hours into it. $30 for 100+ hours of entertainment, I think, is worth it. But that's me. Everybody has their different, price sensitivity. All right, so 2nd Division is more or less built out. We're going to go ahead and build an artillery battery. We captured these 12-pound howitzers, so we've got them for free. We've got 6 of them, but I'd like to have a uniform battery size. So if we go with 14, it'll cost us a little bit of money, but I think it'll be worth it. Captain's going to get a pretty hefty penalty, though, so let's put a major in charge of these guns. Still getting a penalty. Officer ranks on the low side. Interesting. All right, so we'll just deal with it, I guess. 14 guns, 2 14-gun batteries. Neither one's super efficient. Well, these guys are double efficient, but anyway. So we've got 2 batteries, 2 divisions of infantry. That gives us about 9,000 infantry with 28 guns in our 1st corps, and we can build a 3rd division as well. We've got 7,000 men. We've got almost $200,000. We've got the money. We've got the resources. So I say we go ahead and do it. I'm going to make sure we recruit a brigadier general, so we don't have any reserve brigadiers. So we're going to go ahead and recruit Milton Peckham. He'll command that. He'll be $4,000. And we're going to go ahead and recruit... I guess I keep recruiting majors, I suppose, for 1,500 men brigades. 1842s, again, are the only weapons that I think we have substantial amount of in stockpile. The only ones we've got enough of in stockpile that we can turn around and turn into regular infantry here. So we'll go ahead and equip these guys. We're going to do 3 more brigades of 1842s. If we've... Actually, we're not going to have enough weapons for 3 more brigades of 1842s, so we'll have to figure something out for this 3rd brigade. Go with reboards. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do palmettos. I guess we can go with some 1842s. So we've got some rifles in this unit, so a little bit better equipped. It's kind of expensive. And I think maybe for this one we go with some cavalry as some scouts. So we've got some palmettos in hand. We can actually build out a cavalry regiment of 750 men. Let's make it 500 just to kind of make it a little bit of a not quite so large. And let's give it a lieutenant colonel in command. We'll go with Brandon Moore, the least experienced major. So $18,000 to raise one cavalry brigade. And you can see here there's an efficiency penalty because he's too low of a rank. But nonetheless, we've got one cavalry brigade, 2 artillery batteries, and some 9,000 infantry here. Actually, 13,500 infantry. I can't do math. 45, 9,000. Yeah, this was 9,000, the 1st and 2nd division. The 3rd division adds an additional 4,500 men. So we got 13,500 infantry, 700 artillerymen, 500 cavalrymen, 14,000 troops all told, plus the 24,000 that we already have that we'll be getting at the Battle of Shiloh. That'll give us just shy of the historical Confederate army of around 40,000 men. Or was it 42? It's close either way. And that's without any of the benefits of further victories, which we could end up having. So there you go. I didn't get Jeb, guys. We may... Well, should we do Jeb? Let's spend a little reputation. We got 22 to spend. We'll go ahead and get Jeb Stewart. We'll go ahead and put him in command of the cavalry brigade. He's going to get a couple of perks here. Morale and efficiency, stamina and efficiency, mounted speed, and stamina, efficiency, and foot speed. We'll go with stamina, efficiency, and mounted speed because these are melee cavalry, so they're going to get into some charges. Now that we did just demote that major, though, we can actually go ahead and take Daryl, replace him with Lieutenant Colonel Brandon Moore in command of that battery to get the maximum efficiency. Then the major that we just replaced, we'll go ahead and put in charge of this battery because he's almost the next level up, so there's no penalty here. And then actually I think what we'll do is I like 16-gun batteries. They're kind of my favorite in terms of size and power and mobility. So we'll go ahead and do 2 16-gun batteries then. Make it a penalty now, slight penalty. But we'll do it anyway. So we've got 32 artillery pieces in this force now. The maximum you can do is 24 guns, but I've heard that you lose, it's kind of a min-max rule that you lose some efficiencies there. So there you have it, a fully built out first corps as a result of our battle at Bull Run. Still 2,800 recruits left over, still $100,000 if we wanted to start upgrading our forces. But you can see here, if we were to go to the Battle of Shiloh, we are almost kind of at our, not maximum theoretical strength, because we could have 2,000-man brigades by the time we get there, but it gives us about 40,000 men, 100 guns, to go to war with the Union at that battle. So we'll see how it all plays out. Save this game here real quick. Alright guys, and that's going to do it here. We've won the Battle of Bull Run, we're through the first several battles without any hiccups, and we're moving into the Western campaign as we begin building this army out to be far stronger. So far so good playing as the Confederacy. I expect the challenges to increase markedly. We're almost to the point that I got tripped up in my first attempt. I played a Confederate Let's Play series, but I lost shortly after Shiloh, just getting overrun by Federal troops. So we're getting to that point where I think the challenge is going to start stepping up, and we'll see how everything plays out. With that being said, guys, I hope you're enjoying the series. This will conclude this video, but as always, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.